my baby, my Valentine, yeah. Boy, now you done making my temperature dead rise. If you leave me, I go die, I swear. You are like the oxygen.
Miguel, welcome to my YouTube channel. So, when Jonas and Judge Rata were done with their final, I don't know, goodbyes or what, but something else shifted there because the judge now was asking Baloyi and Sibanda as the state, Ogoti, how are they? Do they have anything to say about Jonas's words of saying that he is okay with recusing himself from the case? Now, something happened there that I don't know. It felt like to them Jonasi has died. Is the way because they were sounding like people that were busy doing a eulogy of someone who has departed this earth and is never gonna be seen. And I was a bit like confused with that. I understand the sadness of he is not going to be working with us. He's not going to be part of the team. I understand that fully. However, they looked so sad as if he has died. They looked like they lost a family member and it's his funeral today. I maybe I am insensitive, but I did not understand, honestly. It was quite something for me that to witness that and to look at them. If you would have seen, it looked like Baloyi wanted to cry, Sibanda wanted to cry. Perhaps one thing that we cannot take away from Ujonasi, he's a very good interpreter. That I admit. He's excellent. Oh, he's excellent when it comes to that. Now, the things that were raised by the accused are also not something or things to ignore. They are very important for their case. However, because leadership did not seek due diligence and do proper probing and proper investigative in terms of finding out what can be the way forward, the person that was supposed to be a guidance in that courtroom, sincerely, for me, he jumped the gun and went as high up to the Chief Justice Office to request or to get guidance instead of dealing with this. I don't see how he got stuck to begin with, because it's not a matter of him being stuck. It was a matter of him not doing what he was meant to do, in my view. In my view, it was a matter of him not doing what he was meant to do. Hence, he ended up getting stuck. And now, instead of him doing what he needed to do, because now there was something that the state did for me. They were, for them, it was about his, to them, it looked like his exit represented an inside courtroom ecosystem of some sort. Of course it did. Ne? However, this is not just an interpreter living, perhaps to them. Even Judge Rata says the court says he is excused, not recused. He's explaining that. That's already telling you something important. He's not legally removed for misconduct. He's stepping aside because his presence is now perceived to affect fairness in a way. And that distinction matters a lot. It protects his professional reputation, the court from a formal finding of bias or incompetency, but practically, he's still gone from the trial itself. And in a case like the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, that is not a small administrative change. It's a structural disruption. I understand that. Now, why Baloyi and Sibanda look emotional for me? Yeah, they were very emotional. Maybe for me, it is easy to think that the entire situation was exaggerated, like you alluded to me. But maybe from their perspective, there are three things that happened at once. First, they lost a stabilizer, a highly experienced interpreter like Jonas does more than translate words for them. He maintains flow, he ensures legal precision, he prevents misinterpretation challenges. And also you need to remember in this trial, interpretation has already been a battleground, idioms, objections not translated, tone issues. So for the state, losing Jonas means losing predictability. But what about the accused? And also, if the Ubaloy gets up and says, Yena, he did not see anything wrong, including with Jadrata, that alone is very problematic. Very, very, because they repeatedly said that. Now, another thing, Bona, quickly Ubaloy goes to a point of he saw delay risk immediately when it comes to that. And yes, that is very critical. A new interpreter means learning the case history, adjusting to legal terminology used over months or years, recalibrating rhythm between counsel, judge, and accused. That means interruptions, corrections, slower pace, possible disputes, and delays hurt the state more than the defense in a long-running trial. But wait, when it comes to the state, they can't talk about delays. They've delayed the case for far too long. Please, I don't give them that, including Butchart Rata. He had his ways of delaying the case too. So, they must just please chill when it comes to that. Maybe other things are true, but when it comes to delays, I was like rolling my eyes for Ubalo because, excuse me, he went as far as mentioning the Meiwa family for the first time. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, Baloy. Now, optics, they show respect to the court Baloy, of course, in some ways. Baloy standing up like that is also performative professionalism, acknowledging the court's officer, showing institutional respect, avoid any impression that the state benefited from complaints against the interpreter. So part of what I was saying wasn't grief alone. It was not grief alone. It was them perhaps saying this is our legal decorum. Let's turn it up to 100 or something. Now, the reason for me, it felt like urology. It feels like a urology because the praise is intense for Jonas. The loss is framed as significant. The moment is treated as historic. But the truth is, in a courtroom culture, when a key office exits mid-trial, it's treated like a loss of continuity, not just a personal challenge. That's why the energy shifted. Maybe, perhaps, it could be the reason. And now, I still don't understand why they acted as if he passed away. Because its defense has successfully raised a fair trial concern. Court has responded in a way that changes the trial environment. The state has now to adapt midstream to new things. And of course, that's uncomfortable for everyone, including the defense. But now, Jonas still has a job, still works in the same court, was not disgraced. Yes, the dramatic tone is very excessive for me. Very, very excessive. And sometimes, emotion is not about the person, it's about the impact of the moment, perhaps. But that was too much. This wasn't about Jonas, the individual. It was about them losing control of court rhythm, fear of delay, according to Baloy, protecting institutional image, visible shift in trial dynamics. So, yeah, the state is reacting to a disruption they claim they didn't want or couldn't stop, and now have to manage it carefully. Also, Baloy, no, Sibanda, for me, they always create problems in that courtroom. Wait, please. Oh, please. They always create problems in that courtroom. So, me, I don't feel anything for them and their feelings. I'm sorry. I don't care. I honestly don't care. It's not like Jonas is going to be unemployed or there was a plot to strip him of his job. No, that's not it. And also them saying now there's going to be delays. Why? Isn't this about Jonas going to another courtroom and getting a Zulu-speaking person to come and interpret there? Unless they are telling us something that is happening behind the scenes, there are no interpreters in that courtroom, in that court at large. Unless they are saying there are no Zulu-speaking interpreters in that court, then I will understand their attitude. But up until now, I still don't understand their attitude. I do not want to lie. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I don't understand why people are acting as if someone died, whereas Jonasi is still the principal of the interpreters in that court. I am failing to understand or see the logic of the sadness in that magnitude. I don't see it. Maybe I am insensitive, ne? But Jonasi is still there. Why are they acting as if Jonasi has died? Guys, you should have seen Usibanda. Hey, they were this close, even Baloy, of crying. They were this close. And for me, and I think more than anything, the reason I don't feel anything, because I do understand when a colleague is moving to another department or to another company. I do understand. In fact, in this case, it's more like a colleague moving to another department. I understand. But to actually feel emotional to an extent of crying, but we are still in the same building. Okay. Indeed, ayingeke. Never. That's where I was like, nah, please, ningangibori too, please. Anyway, guys, what were your thoughts with Baloyi and Sibanda's dramatic eulogy there for Mr. Jonas's exit in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial? What were your thoughts when it comes to that? I'll see you on our next video. Thank you so much. Do enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Yes. Mr. Are we adjourning after this?
If we not continue, my lord, we have to adjourn. On behalf of the state, my lord, we must say we are very saddened. Mr. Jonas is one of the most competent interpreters. In fact, we told him when we miss something in our notes, we wait for him to interpret and we'll then pick up whatever we've lost. It's actually very sad. And the delays, this will cause delays in the matter. We know the family of the deceased protested on Tuesday about the delays, just cause further delays. New person who's got no background in the matter to just cause further delays, my lord.
Doctor, any views?
As Advocate Balahi said, the state is really saddened by what happened with Mr. Jonas, my lord. I have no further submissions. I'm still in disbelief.
Mr. Ramsey Pili?
To survive, I'll be on.